I know why you've clicked this video. You know why you've clicked this video. You've saw the battle that's coming up. It's going to be Edradour 2008 12-year-old single cask against the Glengoyne Teapot Dram batch 8. What a battle. Guys, if this is a whiskey battle, this is it's two heavyweights, it's two block-busting, big, massive whiskies. They're just going to slog it out head to head. No punches held back. Everything's going to be laid out. Just to keep it real, guys, I've done no notes on this one today. I've just poured my Glengoyne 8. I've got it covered up by Whisky Friend Coin 187. And I've just poured this sample that's been very generously gifted by one of my Patreons, Mr. Tim Allett. I'd love to dedicate this video to Tim because he sent me loads and loads of fantastic whiskies, and this is no exception. Just to give you a wee bit of rundown on the Edradour 2008 cask strength. It was distilled on the 20th of Feb 2008 and it was bottled on the 22nd of April 2020. So it's a 12-year-old whiskey and it's 58.4% ABV. And all we can find out from it is from a sherry bot. So it's a big sherry bomb. The Teapot Dram is it's the latest. It's the batch 8 Teapot Dram. 59% ABV. This is first fill American oak. Oloroso sherry. So they're both massive, guys. And the Edradour's covered up by Coin 188 on this one. I don't know if I can get this through this video without mixing these two up. I'm going to try my best. So, on my left I've got the Glengoyne. And on my right I have the Edradour. But look at the colour, guys. Absolutely massive, dark. I think the Edradour is probably a touch darker than the Teapot. Nice glasses as well, eh? Whisky Friend glasses, guys. So, let's dive into these. Let's get these covered back up. So where will I start? I have recently reviewed the Teapot. Gave it 93 out of 100. So it's a massive score. Has it got any better as I've got down the bottle? I have reviewed my own Edradour 12 probably a good couple of years ago. That scored 94. So I haven't actually tried Tim's 2008 yet. Mine was a 2006. I will try and pop a link above if you want to go back and check that one out. That was a 94 out of 100 whiskey. And this has just recently scored a 93 out of 100. So I've got a real battle on my hands with these two. See, it's all raw, guys. No notes. I'm just going to give it as I get it. Where will I start? Let's go Glengoyne. So, yes, first fill Oloroso. American oak. On the nose, wow, it's that busting, massive bust of sherry. Sherry forward, but it's dark fruit, dried fruit, raisins, figs, all the usual stuff you'd expect. Sultanas, berry fruit, jammy, it smells like this is going to be jammy. Raspberries, strawberries, but it's so fruity. Such a fruity whiskey. Wow, dark berries there as well. Maybe some black grape, maybe some black currant. It's going a little bit darker now. Maybe some red fruit, some red apple, stewed apple. It's a wee bit of a compote note. It's oaky. Some leather and some spice. So what a fantastic start we've got with this one. So let's see what the other bad boy does. Let's see this. This is the... there it is. Although they look the same, folks, the 58.4 and 59 point ABV, so there's the run of the tape, they're pretty much lined up. Yes, the Edradour's got a 12-year-old age statement. Teapot doesn't, so it could be NES against challenging the age statement. So there's all sorts of challenges going on here, folks. I do believe there's stuff in here equivalent to the age of 12-year-old, so I do believe there's younger in here as well. So, wow, this is Edradour. This is again, it's a sherry bomb, it's a sherry monster. They're both sherry bombs. This one you would probably class as a wee bit on the monster side. Wow. Sherry, spice. It's damp. The difference with... Let's get this. The difference with the Edradour over the teapot. The teapot's a wee bit more fragrant, a wee bit more inviting, a wee bit more friendly. The Edradour just kicks in and it's damp, it's musty, it's some say funky, it's earthy. I'm picking up those mechanics overalls that I always get in Edradour. That sherry is like a dirty sherry, that what you'd class maybe as a dirty malt. The teapot is a wee bit more refined, it's a wee bit more subtle. This is just a big, huge punch in the face. So I think the Edradour's unleashed its first punch. It's letting you know that it's Edradour. Wow, both fantastic. What can I say? Berry fruit again. This is a wee bit more Christmas puddingy. Those raisins, figs, all the usual sherry stuff's there. But this is a little bit more on the kind of, a bit more on the hardcore. Bit of bready note from this, a wee bit more sour bread, sourdough. Beautiful first fill sherry, I believe, in this one as well. So yeah, this is they are different. They look identical. I actually was worried about when I did this battle head to head, I would mix them up at some point. So I really need to be careful what I do with these. Both fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Price brackets, guys. I think I'm sure I paid $120 for the teapot. I think these, when you pick up these Edradours, they're round about the kind of 95 to 115, somewhere in that bracket, depending on where you get them. All I'm going to do now is I've nosed them. Wonderful. They are different. The Edradours is that little bit more, what you class that little bit more earthy, dirty. The teapot is that wee bit more subtle, that wee bit more fragrant, that wee bit more kind of, wee bit more fruit going on. These are more like kind of older fruits, stewed fruits going on in the Edradour. Wee bit more fresh fruit going on in the teapot. Spices in both. So nice. So, guys, where are we going to go? We may as well start with the teapot. Fantastic. Really looking forward to this. So let's send this Glengoyne Teapot Batch 8 down the hatch. Cheers, folks. There's where it's all about, folks. There's where your £120 comes from. It's powerful. It's intense. It's big ABV hit. Also at the same time as a big spicy hit. But it's rich. It's velvety. It's full flavoured. It's mouth watering. It's mouth coating. It's a little bit dry on arrival, but then it's not dry for very long. It comes so juicy, so mouth watering. It's chewy, it's syrupy. A little bit tannic, a little bit bitter on arrival, but that doesn't hang around. Ginger, clove, that's just the arrival. Fruity, spicy. Wow, wonderful. Let's do a little bit of the Edradour. Oh, that was so nice. Down the hatch, folks. What can I say? Wow, this is going to take some splitting. Spicy, intense. The difference with this one is it's still that kind of dirty arrival. It's musty, it's funky, it's dry, spicy, earthy, damp, dunny, all that dampness, all that dunnage is there. Whereas this is that little bit more accommodating. This is a wee bit more kind of, it's giving you a challenge. Don't get me wrong, guys, they're both challenging whiskies. But this one it's less fruity. The fruit, as it develops, the fruit comes back in, but up front on the arrival, it's damp, it's dusty, it's funky, it's dunnage, all those D's which you usually have. And then as it develops, Let's take a little second sip of this. Again, it's mouth coating. It's mouth watering. The fruits are coming in now. Red apple, dried fruit, figs, raisin, dates, all that usual sherry stuff. A little bit of toffee, a little bit of caramel, but it's spicy, it's fruity, it's funky. Pick up maybe a touch of tropical now. Maybe some little hint of pineapple in the back. But it's spicy. Wow. Hardcore. Both of them guys are hardcore whiskies. They're so different. If you're a Glengoyne fan, then yeah, sherry is your bomb. Both sherry masters. Both predominantly sherry whiskies. The Glengoyne just seems a wee bit more refined, a wee bit more inviting, a wee bit more kind of accommodating. The Edradour is like, if these were brothers, then you would always have the one who's a wee bit kind of, you know, naughty. A wee bit on the naughty side. It's going to be the Edradour. The Glengoyne brother is going to be the guy who gets all the awards and he's great at school and he's well behaved and but he's talented. This is the talented guy, but he knows he's talented. He knows how talented he is. He's a wee bit off the cuff. He's a wee bit more rebellious. What a way to describe whiskey, eh? But yeah, that's probably the way I'm saying they are. They're two brothers. They've both got everything going in their favour. They're both talented brothers, man. But let's do another little sip of the Glengoyne. See if I can find any more. These are now becoming so easy to sip. The Glengoyne is gone a little bit. It's syrupy, it's sticky, it's jammy. This is more jammy. Whereas the Edradour is becoming a wee bit more juicy. Yes, those dreaded juicy plums are in there as well, folks. Dark chocolate. Bit of dark chocolate on the Glengoyne. Bit rum and raisin. It's like raisins or booze soaked raisins, so there's a little bit of rum and raisin, maybe ice cream, raspberry ice cream, chocolate. There's all going on. As it heads towards the finish, it becomes a little bit more savoury note coming in. Some coffee. But while it's complex, it is a sherry bomb. Beautifully balanced. It's Glengoyne. It's unhurried since 1833. It's the slowest stills in Scotland. It's Glengoyne. Both Highland whiskies. Let's have another sip of Scotland's little gem. Edradour. Wow, it's so nice. This is a battle I'm enjoying. I hope it comes across how much fun I'm having, folks. In fact, I would love to stop this video now and just start all over again and just crack into both of them again. They're both that good. This is a real battle. Punch for punch, slug for slug, gulp for gulp, slug for slug. Funky, fruity, chewy, tropical, dirty. Wow, it's all going on. Guys, if you're a sherry lover, you will love these two. I would even go as far as to say if sherry's not your thing, and you're a out and out peathead or you're a massive bourbon lover, I think you would find it difficult sipping on these two whiskies not to be at least impressed by sherry whiskey. They're challenging whiskies, they're complex whiskies. They're what sherry whiskey is all about. These two. Wow. Let's do a little bit for the finish of the Glengoyne, and I'm going to have to try and split these two. Score-wise. Glengoyne's finished long, spicy, peppery, gingery. A little bit of coffee. A little bit of dark chocolate. So fruity. Spicy, fruity. Still sticky, still jammy. Wow. Let's do a little bit for the Edradour. I'll finish the Edradour and I'll score them both. Wow. What a job, eh? A little bit drier. A little bit of bitterness not heading towards the finish in that one. But, wow. What two whiskies? It's just a shame I'm battling these against each other, because I think if these two took on anything, I think it would be a no-brainer. It'd be totally one-sided. I think this is as close a battle, guys, as I think I've had with any of them. They're so well matched. They're so lined up. Both champions, both big, massive whiskies. Finish on this one. Wow. Rich, full flavoured, well balanced, spicy. That dirtiness is still there right to the end. That kind of dusty, damp dunnage. It's both dry and mouth-watering at the same time. Such wonderful whiskies. Okay, so how am I going to score these two? Or what am I going to score these two? So, is it still a 93? Has it dropped back a little bit? Has it got a wee bit forward? Well, let's put it this way, folks. It hasn't dropped back a little bit. It's just a shame that I'm doing this from a sample. I'd love to have done this from a bottle, because I don't normally score samples. But for the purpose of this head-to-head, I'm going to have a go. I'd love to have had the full bottle of this one, because it's just a phenomenal whiskey. Well done, Tim. Thank you very much for this sample. If there's any left, then you know where I am. I'd be quite happy to take a second sample. I'm going to keep it at 93. Just purely because this is a sample. It's a fantastic sample. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's got everything you would want in a sherry bomb, sherry monster, hardcore whiskey. I'm going to score this a 92 purely because it's a sample. If this was a bottle that I had side by side, this would be so hard to split. They're both wonderful, both so different, both sherry bombs, sherry monsters, whatever you want to call them. They're absolutely incredible whiskies. Tip my hat to Glengoyne for this bottle, and I tip my hat to Edradour, because I think every Edradour, every one of those single casks that I've had from Edradour have been fantastic. So I don't think there's much, although there's a lot more batch variation in the Edradour. Every one I've had, I've never been disappointed. So yeah, 93 for the Glengoynes. I think the Glengoyne's just going to nick this one, guys. 92, which is from a sample. It's an incredible score, folks. So guys, dive into the comments if you think there's anything that I think I could battle against these. What would battle the teapot other than the Edradour cask strength? Single casks. What would battle the Edradour other than the Glengoyne? Dive in, let me know. What's your favourite sherry single cask whiskey? What's your favourite sherry bomb? Is it as good as these? Have you come across these? Have you tried these? Guys, the comments are open to you. Dive in, let me know. If you've hit that subscribe button, then thank you very much. If you've not, what are you waiting for? Just down here, big red button. Don't forget to click the bell. Just a friendly reminder from me today, it doesn't cost you a penny, it's still completely free, and you're still helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 6k. I'm going to pop in some links into the description, guys. I'm going to put video cards up here, and here. If check out them videos, I'd love you to move on and look into another video. Other than that, as always, the pleasure is the sharing, and do the hatch.